up? How you guys doing? It's been a minute, but welcome back for another retro review for Falcon Crest, Season 2, Episode 16. So listen, we picking up where we left off. Remember the last episode, I know it was a while ago, but the last episode, Melissa double-crossed Richard and decided to sell her vineyards to Angela, who I really feel like she probably was going to do it all along, but she was just trying to get the right amount of leverage to get what she wanted from Angela. But neither here nor there. So Richard pays her back by printing in the paper that not only is Lance not the father of her child, but that Cole is. Now, one half one half of that story he can prove because Lance gave him the paternity test. The other half of that story he can't prove, and which is that Cole is the father. Because even though we know Cole the daddy, nobody else knows for a fact that Cole the daddy. And of course, remember, Melissa had a reputation before any of that, so people really don't know what Melissa was and wasn't doing, child. Now, down to the hospital, Mr. McCabe, who was one of the landowners in the valley, is sick, about to die. Okay, Angela goes through there visiting him, taking him flowers and trying to play nice, and he was like, Angela, what you doing here? You know I don't like you and you don't like me, and don't come down here pretending. Don't bring me no flowers. Like, and she said, well, I just wanted to make an offer on your vineyards. And he was like, child, look, the one thing I need right now, ain't no money in the world gonna be able to buy, I guess, a new heart or whatever it is he need to make it better. He said, and so, like, yeah, no, I'm not. It's a no for me, dog. And so, of course, Angela is not happy about that because, Angela don't like to be told no. Plus, Angela feel like anything in the valley that come up is for her, her benefits. Now, Vicky and what's his name, Hogan. Let me just go ahead and knock these out the way because all of them getting on my nerves. Vicky is still dating Hogan. Okay, he decided that he don't care, that he gonna be loud and proud and they out in public and all of that or whatever. Okay, and this might not be a big thing to y'all, but y'all, why she eat that dirty carrot? He had healthy food and he had her eat this carrot and it wasn't clean, wasn't washed off. It looked like he just dug it straight out of the dirt. Who do that? Who is eating a dirty ass carrot? Anyway, I digress. I got sidetracked. Let me come back. So later on in the episode, Angela and Chase get into this big ass argument, right? They always arguing. And Angela being the what that she is, she throws it out to him. It's a shame, the way your children are running through this valley. He was like, what you talking about, Angela? She was like, oh, you didn't know? Oh, yes, your daughter. She's seeing, Hogan. It's a shame she run around here with a married man. So, of course, Chase takes off and he goes and he asks Vicky. Now, Vicky, y'all know I can't stand Vicky. And Vicky being the I can't stand person that she is, she gonna get indignant. As if her parents don't have a right to have a problem with the fact that she is dating a whole married man. Not only is he a married man, he is an older married man. Not only is he an older married man, but he your daddy co-worker. Like, there's so many levels to that being a problem. I don't even know where to start at this point. Okay, there's so many levels to that. I don't even know where to start. So later on in the episode, Chase goes to talk to her. And you know what? Chase, in a nice way, said all the stuff that needed to be said. Because basically what he said is, listen, girl, look. I know you, like, floating around here with no direction right now. Like, I know you got a lot going on and there's really no direction. And she was like, what do you mean? I have direction. He was like, you used to want to be a dancer. You wanted to get into the movies. Like, what is really going on with you right now? And she was like, I do have direction. I want to be with Nick. Girl, that's not a direction. That's a desire. Okay? He said, listen, I understand that that's what you want right now, but I'm talking about, like, you're not in school and you don't have no job. Well, I'm an adult. See, and at that moment, that's where Chase, your call in that moment was, okay, well, I tell you what. Either you're going to enroll in school or you're going to go get a job, and if you can't do either one, go see if Nick and his wife let you move in with them. Now Chase didn't do what I would have done, and basically what Chase said was, um, well, you know, infatuation ain't love, and I'm gonna need you to figure this out. And of course, Vicky went running off. Whatever, child. I can't stand her. Now, Maggie gets a letter in the mail. Her movie script has sold for like $100,000. Now this is $100,000 in 1982. Look, I take $100,000 now, but $100,000 in 1982 was a nice little piece of change, especially for a script that she had forgotten about, that she didn't think was ever gonna do nothing. And so, you know, her and Chase, they celebrate. Everything is everything. They give her a call because they're in town and they want to scout locations. She goes to meet with them, and y'all know who's behind the movie. The same dude that, you know, Angela was paying, and he convinced the studio to make her a producer. And she was like, you know, I don't know nothing about being a producer. Listen, I don't want to have nothing to do with you. I don't want to have nothing to do with this project anymore. Like, y'all got my script. Do what it is what you're going to do. So a female producer that's on the team, you know, she went to talk to Maggie. She said, listen, I don't like him either. He's a jerk. But at the end of the day, this is your script. These are your words. That is your family. If you are not a part of this project, I tell you what they're going to do is they're going to switch it up. They're going to change it around. They're going to rewrite it however they want to rewrite it. And it is no longer going to look like the project that you put your blood, sweat, and tears into. So what you need to do is you need to work with us. And I get it that he's a jerk. Listen, he hits on me all the time. But at the end of the day, we'll stick together. But you need to get this project made. So later on in the episode, Maggie and Chase are at dinner. And of course, she has to tell him about it. And y'all know Chase ain't here for it. Chase ain't here for it. He ain't feeling it. He don't like it. None of that. So, Melissa goes to confront Richard. And of course, they have this very dramatic, you know, confrontation. And Richard lets her know off the break, like, listen, I mean, this is what happens when you double cross people. Like, I thought we had a deal. We ain't have a deal, so it is what it is. So you got to deal with the consequences of how this whole thing went down. You let me know how it works out for you on the other side. Okay. So Melissa's way of retaliating is that she filed a lawsuit. And, you know, his secretary / you know, concubine was like, Richard, I tried to warn you. I told you that you shouldn't have ran that article. I told you that, you know, she has a good lawsuit. Like, you have no proof that Cole is the daddy. Like, you don't have that. And Richard could care less. He don't care. He ain't concerned. Now, his daddy is trying to call him after the lawsuit comes out. And Richard won't take daddy's phone call. But later on in the episode, the concubine is talking to daddy on the phone and trying to tell daddy, listen, I've been trying to convince him. He won't listen to me. He won't, you know, take any of this into consideration. And Richard walks in on the phone call. And she switches it up real quick. But you can tell by the way Richard responds that he already knows who she was on the phone with, or at least he suspects. And so he says to her, he says, you know, I don't really blame Melissa. And she was like, you don't? And she said, yeah. I mean, he said, yeah. I mean, if somebody had, you know, she feels betrayed. And if somebody had betrayed me like that, I would probably retaliate too. With deadly force. I said, she know what's up. She know what's up. Now, Angela done showed her little whole card this episode. Philip canceled on her. They were supposed to go to the opera, honey, and Philip done canceled on her because, you know, Philip been hanging out with his new boo. And Angela, she know what's up. She ain't stupid. She feel it. Her spidey senses is going off. And she gets Julia to go with her to the opera. And as they're leaving, and Julia, she was so happy, honey. She was grinning from ear to ear that her mommy finally, you know, invited her to do something with her child. So she but after the opera though, they go down to Philip's house at like midnight. And Julia was like, mother, like for real? Like this could wait till the morning. Why are we rolling up in here and you know, after 5 finals, we up in here and our mates and stuff rolling through this man lobby to his apartment. And of course, Philip is up there with his boo thing. And I would give the woman credit because she was very stoic. She would not give Angela what she wanted. She ain't perform. She ain't get hysterical. She was like, Philip, I'll let you handle your business. I'll talk to you later. And gave him a good old caress and peck on her way out the door and gave Angela a look like, okay. Now, Angela, of course, mad as hell, but she tried to disguise it as a business call talking about some, I need you to make a bid on the McCabe vineyards ASAP, and this couldn't wait till the morning, and maybe if you're too busy to take care of my business, then I will find another lawyer who can. I was like, girl, your slip is showing, and it is slow, it is showing bad. And so is Julia. Julia even apologized, was like, Philip, I'm sorry. Like, I ain't know my mama was gonna come up here and act a whole fool. My bad. I'm so sorry. I'm so sorry. So, yeah. Anyway. Now, Chase does go to confront Nick about the situation with his daughter. And, to Nick's credit, he stood in it. He was like, listen, I know that this ain't, the best situation, but I really do care about Vicky. And, me and my wife's marriage, it ain't all of that. It just ain't all of that. And, it ain't all that it's cracked up to be. And I like her, I do like your daughter. And, Chase was like, listen, that's my baby girl. So you can play games if you want to, but I'm gonna tell you now, it ain't gonna end up good for you. You hurt my daughter, it ain't gonna turn out good for you, right? So Lance comes home and he tells Melissa he filing for divorce. He was like, I really don't care anymore. It's out there. Everybody knows that baby ain't mine. So whatever was tying me to you and to Joseph, it ain't no more. So I'm filing for divorce. And of course, y'all know Melissa ran straight to Angela about it. And Angela was like, Lance, sir, I don't know how many different times in different ways we had this conversation about who's in charge around here. And that you aren't divorcing anybody until I give you permission to divorce her. So, what you need to do... Hey, going y'all, I'm sorry. So, what you need to do is get your you-know-what together. And act... Took a straight path nowhere. Life's full of twists and turns, bumps and bruises. I live, I learn. I'm from the city full of yellow caps and skyscrapers. Sorry, y'all. And you need to go and watch, and just go be, see, I don't lost my train of thought now. You need to go, be a husband until I tell you you're not going to be a husband anymore. Now, Lance ain't here for it. I mean, Angela even told Lance, listen, you about to be disinherited, like, for real. But I guess at a certain point, it's only been so many times you can make that threat, too, because Angela been disinheriting Lance since the first episode. So, I guess it's only been so many times that somebody's going to hear that threat either. And Lance was like, listen, I'm going to keep seeing Lori, because she said, oh, so you still seeing Lori down in San Francisco? And she was like, I'm going to keep seeing Lori until I stop feeling like, he said, and when my divorce is final, that's who I'm going to marry. Angela was like, no, you're not. You're not going to get divorced. You're going to stay with Melissa. And Lori, she need to go on somewhere. All right? Now, while this is going on, Melissa, she done took her dad's papers over to Chase so that he could go through the papers to see if maybe they can find something in those papers that's going to help Cole and help them find out who really killed her dad. Now, while they're going through the papers, they find a letter from Angela to her father basically threatening him, saying, listen, you've been talking about disinheriting, Melissa, you've been talking about a whole lot of stuff, but we arranged this marriage to bring these vineyards together, and if you're not going to honor your end of the bargain, then we can go ahead and dissolve it and handle this a whole nother way. And so, now Chase is like, well, wait a minute, if this is what was going on, and, Melissa was like, you can't think that Angela was really gonna, and Chase was like, I don't know what he gonna do. Like, Chase was a little, he's a little desperate. He's like, I don't know. So Philip goes to see Angela, and Philip was like, listen, I made a bid on the McCabe Vineyards. He was like, I did it through a third party in San Francisco. Now, when he said that, the first thing I thought of was, did he double cross Angela and go to Richard? Baby. And then he told Angela, I think you owe me an apology. And Angela was like, for what? For asking you to do your job? He was like, you had no right to show up at my apartment. You know you was wrong. You know you was on some stuff when you did that. And um Angela was like, it's whatever. Well, just as that happened, they get word that McCabe died. Richard shows up and lets them know that McCabe died, and that he was able to get the winning bid before he died for the vineyards. And of course, Angela was like, "You got to be kidding me! Like, I don't believe this." So that's what made me kind of give Philip the side eye a little bit, because he looked shocked, but he looked fake shocked. You know what I'm saying? And that's when Angela told Lance, because she was like, well, it's even more important than ever that we lock down the O'Grady vineyards. So that's when she told Lance, listen, you not divorcing Melissa. And he was like, but I am. She said, well, I tell you what, in the morning you need to pack your bags, you need to get out. You are no longer, you no longer work for Falcon Crest, and you are essentially this, what's that thing called? Y'all know what I'm talking about. Out the will, Lord. The word couldn't get to me. And Lance was like, why wait till the morning? I can leave now. And baby, that's it. But he also told her, but what you not gonna do is kick me out of the will, because I will destroy Falcon Crest. See, Lance, that ain't a fight you want, sir. It's not a fight you want. You won't win. You are not equipped to rumble with Angela. You're just not. Anyway, last but not least, the only other thing was Cole did go see a lawyer to try to see what he could do about getting custody. And the lawyer told him, child, you ain't got a leg to stand on paper. Lance is the father, and even though it has come out that Lance is not legally the father, that's whose name is on that birth certificate, and you don't have proof that you are the father. So you really don't have much of a leg to stand on. Sorry, bruh. Anyway, that was the episode. Y'all let me know what y'all think. Drop it in them comments. Peace.